Alright. We are back. Wave.
Hi. Everything's fine.
Righto. So, you did not get through the toll at Kloskar Fort. And you kind of went off by the roadside. Where are you going now?
I think probably Shorehaven makes the most sense as a place name that she's heard. She knows it's a bit past Shimmerport.
Yeah, back up the road.
As in turning back on myself.
Okay.
Oh well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that, but yeah.
As you trudge back up the road, despondent, probably another half hour goes by, and you hear the clopping of hooves behind you once more. Hello, miss.
Hello.
You might remember me from earlier. Why are you just walking back in the opposite direction? I thought you were going to go down to, well, I presume you're going to Shimmerport.
I was turned around at the toll road.
Oh. Not a coin to your name.
None.
Well, I'm going to Shorehaven if you want a lift.
I would like a lift, please.
Jump on.
But I don't have any money.
It's fine, I'm going that way anyway. And I don't like to see people just loitering on the roads all day.
Is this Gron or Fazan?
It's Grom. So yeah, he gets you to Shorehaven by the time the winter's evening draws in early, about 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's been a long day. Beach, road, up, down. Do you ask Gron anything on your couple of hours journey?
I should probably get him to talk about like the war in general and what maybe kind of indicate that I've not been well for a few months and I've kind of missed quite a lot, and basically be like, what's happened? What have I woken up to?
Okay. Well, Shorehaven is, he says, one of the newly established human settlements, and they've only managed to establish it because they've been able to push back against Tabaxi raiders. You can see as you come down the hill to the right, Tiger's Watch, the mountain beyond Snaketail Jungle, is huge peak, and Gron talks about defeating Tabaxi militia and guerrilla attacks with pride, especially since they've been able to fall back to Crystal Spear in relative safety. He talks about people trying to come up Crystal Spear is just a death sentence. It's easy to defend such high ground, and it's given the whole human settlement force a real boost having that there. So yeah, Shorehaven. It's really a junction to move people, redeploy different forces. It's really close to across the way to Menelambir, the Elven Peninsula.
Okay.
And I guess as you get close to Shorehaven, you'll be able to see the Elven Peninsula across the water. So you're really kind of in the middle of Cerulea here. You've got Crystal Spear behind you, Tiger's Watch on your right, and Menelambir, the Elven Peninsula across the way.
Out of interest, do you have it as a map? I see. I know that she wouldn't know this.
So you are here.
Oh, okay.
That's Shorehaven, there's Kloskar, you're kind of on the road between.
Menelambir as well.
This is Menelambir.
Oh yeah. Nice.
So as you're coming down the road, you'd be able to see this expanse of land across the water. Pretty. I guess you'd also hear Gron curse the elves haven't got involved in the settlement wars.
Mm-hmm.
They own so much land and they've got so many resources, but
Yeah.
they've left humans to kind of fend for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
He says, guess, across Torrell, elves are all the same.
Ooh. Okay.
So yeah, you eventually get to Shorehaven. There's not much there. It's mainly settlements and abodes made of wood, propped up from kind of like a hill bank into like a beach. It's really flat land. There's a few jetties, like people have started fishing here, like lobster pots, and kind of a few tents where kind of trading deal. It's like a real kind of lo-fi trading post with a couple of tents popped up, or big tents where kind of bigger deals are kind of made. There's like a volunteer militia that all wear the blue and white, and they seem to keep like relative order while deals are made and journeys are embarked upon or ended. So yeah, it's like I guess you'd see like the 3 huge tents, a few jetties, a few wooden houses, but most of the people in this kind of square would be moving between one of these 3 tents.
Okay. Maybe do some hanging around of the tents to see if I can hear whether the conversations are kind of fairly straightforward, or whether there's anything sort of criminal about them, or.
You make an insight check.
19.
19. The security force, the guerrillas around, the security force, the CCC around Shorehaven, have basically been on a clean-up mission. As they try and establish Shorehaven, they're trying to root out deserters. They're trying to capture traitors. They're trying to kind of establish the rule of law in this kind of like wild frontier expanse. So there's like bounties being hunted, specific people who've been causing problems, and boats are arriving.
Sorry.
It's okay. Boats are arriving and departing to go to all corners.
Okay.
But they are small boats, small vessels, similar to the one that you just survived.
Right.
No big ships here.
And there's no. Oh dear. There's no like chatter about a missing boat that was supposed to arrive and hasn't.
Not immediately, but you notice most of most of the kind of chat and it is coming from the most heavily populated tent. It's a really big top kind of tent. It seems to be acting as like a makeshift tavern.
Okay.
So as people are coming and going, that it doesn't look like anyone's being particularly like pat down or checked. It doesn't look to be particularly well surveilled.
Okay. Am I still in the like cloak that they had on me with the hood?
No.
No.
That will wash off you.
Okay. I would probably go into that tent and just sit in a corner and listen in to some more chatter. Listening for kind of on edge of like whether anybody would be expecting her. Because presumably someone knew that I was coming, and then that I didn't come.
Okay, so there's 3 main tables that you observe. You've got like a trader's table full of people who are swapping goods, maybe a few like artisans or guild masters or guild hands, and they're talking about all of the jobs that need doing, all of the how slow the coin is to come through from Crystal Spear, and how it'll get easier once things get more established. They might have to do a lot of work, kind of in good conscience, with expectation of getting money further down the line. You see a table of Cerulean sentinels, swapping shifts, militia, talking about different schedules and different securities. And then you see a lone warrior. You tell they're a warrior because of their build, and they're heavily armed. They've got like a long leather collar that kind of obscures the mouth, so you just see the eyes and what's like a mop of like dirty brown hair. You see like these kind of like rippling arms that are tattooed, and then like two like heavy gauntlets, and a chain that comes down like across the legs, with like almost like cowboy stirrups and boots. It's like a ranger type, traveller type person, and they come in with a prisoner who is bound together at the hands, but also has an iron like mouthpiece that is around her head, and is attached to a small chain that's attached to a long stick that he is dragging her through into. So he like flings her down unceremoniously, and he's like, he puts his hands down, sits with his back to the table on a like long bench as this girl now, white hair, dark skin, kind of limps in next to him, and he announces triumphantly, "Ha! Finally got her. She's been eluding me for days." And you see someone at a bar now, like a makeshift tavern, kind of raise a glass. "Hey, well done, Sid. We knew you'd get her eventually. Someone's got to clean up this coast." And then other people from the merchant table raise their glasses. Here. And there's probably about 30 people in the room. Some of them aren't pay this person no mind. And the Cerulean sentinels, like one of them comes over in his white and blue, and hands this person, Sid, a heavy coin purse. Make a perception check.
Natural one.
You
10 and 18.
you try and listen in. Why was this guy taking the prisoner? What was it for? What's she done? And just as you kind of leaning in, Gron comes in and just sits next to you. "Oh, you look tired."
I am.
"You should be able to rest up here."
What is this place? This tent? What's it for?
"Well, I guess it's a cross between a tavern and a town square, but it's better to do it indoors at this time of year."
And this guy, I'll indicate the ranger, he's got a prisoner.
"Oh yeah."
Says he's been after her. Who's he? Who's she?
Well, that's Sid Sonzold. Sonzuld. He's a bounty hunter. Bounty hunters are making a lot of coin since the Tabaxi guerrillas were pushed back. The CCC want to clean up this area and establish a foothold here. So, if there's criminals that have, war criminals, thieves, people, opportunists, then, this is the place they'd be brought to. They wouldn't be kept here. There's nowhere to keep them. There's no prison. But there's a few prisons that have been established across the Isles.
And what did she do? Do you know?
Oh, well, look at her. She's a drow.
Uh-huh.
Well, drow above ground means trouble. It's fine if, I don't hate drow as long as they keep themselves to themselves. But, if she's above ground, then she's obviously scheming. You can't trust drow above the surface. I mean, those across the water, the elves, they don't want to get involved in the settlement wars, but they want us to clean up their mess. He looks accusingly towards the drow.
Their mess, as in the drow?
Well, yeah, if the elves managed to keep the house in order in the first place, the drow wouldn't even exist.
So she might not have done anything, but you're...
Oh, well, she's probably done something.
Right, but we don't know.
Well, I don't know. Well, you go and ask Sid. If she's got a collar on, she'd probably spellcast her. Careful.
I might,
What do you mean?
Go and ask him.
Oh, sure, well. He's, I think he's 3 for 3 this week.
You want to come?
Oh no, I can't stand him. He's a prick. If you're sticking around Shorehaven, could always put some blue and white on you. You could help clean this city up. We need new recruits desperately. We lost so many in the war so far.
What would that involve?
Oh, putting on a uniform and taking out the trash.
Might not be my scene. But I appreciate the offer.
Fair enough. I gotta get back on my post. There's other accommodations. I'm sure you'll be able to find your way around if you're staying here.
Getting hold of some money. Anything that you would suggest?
Running bounties. There's coin available. The traders don't like it, but the money's in law and order. There's no point importing trade goods while there are thieves running around. They can wait for their orders.
That's true. Who would I need to talk to?
Oh, talk to the watch commander. It's changed a couple of times in the past few weeks. I believe the new one is Audrey.
Okay. I'll talk to Sid as well and see what he says about the job.
Cool. Well, nice to meet you. Your name was Vida, right? Well met.
Well met.
And he gets up and goes over to the bar, gets a drink before exiting with a hot mug of something.
I will. Vida would like to... She wants to take Sid a drink. She's going to minesweep a couple of drinks that have been left to make up 1 pint or whatever.
Make sleight of hand check, just so you don't take someone's drink.
Just, it would be funny if this is how I die. Alright, okay, come on. Yeah, 24.
Oh yeah, it's the turnover in this place is massive. People coming and going. It doesn't take you a few minutes just to get a bit of a dodgy flagon together.
I might get a beer in a minute as well. Just thinking about it. I'll plonk it down in front of Sid and take a seat and say, "Here, congratulations are in order."
Alright, 3 for 3.
Who's this one?
Oh, you don't want to know this one. Trust me. She's a tricky customer.
Tricky how?
Well, the drow are hard enough to find in the caves and the woods. But once they get out in the open, not too difficult to deal with. She's a spellcaster.
Hence the mask.
She decided to try and cast darkness on me.
Oof.
And escape. Pathetic, really.
How did you catch her?
He leans forward and you see 3 scars across his eye. And where you would expect a normal pupil to be in his in this eye, you see like a gold, just like a gold false eye with like a rune in the middle.
Ooh.
No hiding from me.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, they don't want drow running around, and we can't put them to work in the daylight because the sunlight hurts their skin. Sending them up to Traitor's Peak.
Traitor's Peak.
So I'm told.
What is that? It sounds familiar.
Oh, it's just where the more exotic criminals and ne'er-do-wells are sent. You know, the people they don't want running around in the general population.
Put them to work.
There's not much work to be done up there. Generally, we see what we can learn from them. Or trade them.
Trade them.
Well, yeah. Some of them have got unique abilities. I'm sure someone will fetch a pretty penny for you, Celine.
And I look at her, what does she look like of what I can see? And like her kind of facial expression of what I can see.
This is a young drow. She might not be more than 14 years old.
Jeez.
She looks terrified.
And do you take her up to Traitor's Peak?
No. There'll be a boat coming in the morning. Or, yeah, in the morning. Probably got a few more drow. So, where are they, eh? We don't have long to get the rest of them. She knows. And he kicks her.
Maybe I can help.
Oh.
In need of some coin. I've just been talking to Grom. Do you know him? He spoke very highly of you.
Don't know him, I'm afraid. Too many young upstarts putting on a uniform and swinging around a broadsword these days.
He suggested that I might go into a similar line of work as you.
You think you can do what I do?
I could give it a go.
What, you think you could get the location of some of these other drow from this young girl?
Maybe.
Drow aren't to be messed with. Some of them have got mental powers.
I understand.
But if you were to provide me with some information that would lead to the apprehension of another drow, I'd split the finder's fee with you. Of course, this one's all mine.
Of course. Could you give me some time to talk to her?
Oh, she ain't talking back. And he clings the hilt of his sword against the kind of iron mouthpiece that's covering it.
Oh, so she can't talk at all.
She can talk, she can cast spells. He doesn't want that.
I see. I can find another way of talking to her. Just trust me.
Make a persuasion check.
3.
I'll keep my eye on you. Looks like you might be after some of these bounties. You're going to regard you with some suspicion. Where are you from?
Oh, everywhere. I've just been near Crystal Spear.
Oh, that monstrosity. It looks so weird. It's not a mountain.
Where did it come from?
Oh. It's some spell or something. Some bollocks that they've cooked up in a mage tower somewhere. I don't know, it doesn't scare me.
No, well, of course not. You get me some paper and a pen. I'll try and talk to her that way.
Oh, I've got parchment. He reaches down into his pack and pulls out like 3 sheets that are rolled together. And he unclips them, puts them down. Takes out a quill. What was your name?
Vida.
Oh, I'm Sid, as you know.
As he's doing that, I'm going to telepathically talk to Celine
Mm-hmm.
and say, I want to help you. I'm going to write to you, but I want you to tell me in your mind what you know.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, a 19.
What do you want me to tell you?
Oh, it's been rained on. Oh.
What are you doing, huh?
Oh. You're so sweet. I'm going to get a beer. Do you want a beer?
Yes, please.
One of my beers?
Yeah, or whatever. What are you doing, huh? What do you call it? Thanks.
Alright. Have a bottle opener? Oh.
What were you doing?
Oh, you're so soggy.
What is this now? Solitaire, velocity, IPA.
Mm.
Cheers.
Yes. Happy Sunday.
Mm.
She's gonna say, and telepathically,
Mm-hmm.
if you have friends, where they are and can they help get you out?
How do I know this isn't a trick?
You have to trust me, but my mother is a drow, if that helps. From Scythia.
Sit here.
Scythia.
If your mother's a drow from Sit here, then I'll know her name.
By Conia Duskrin.
Duskrin.
She's not lived there for a long time.
Well,
You know the name?
seems as though the Spider Queen weaves an intricate web. I'm glad you found me. Although I may look young, I'm older than I appear. I do have friends nearby. this camp. It'd be difficult without a plan or a diversion. Can you help?
Yes. I'd like to.
Darveth will pay you. Not Darveth. What was her name? Excuse me?
Oh.
Darthris.
Darthris?
Darthris will pay you.
Pay me to what? For you?
Free me and take down as many of these bastards as you can while doing it. If you can get this collar off me, that can help.
I know. I have to tell him that I need your help to...
You two have been silent for a long time.
At the same time, we've been writing to each other to be like, do you have any friends nearby? No. Are you sure? And just like back and forth. A very simple and laboured
Deception check.
Eee! Look at this! Little wet thing. 13.
He's not paying attention. He's drinking.
Woohoo! Drinking the shit mix that I gave him.
Doesn't seem to bother him that much. As you are chatting, though, someone else comes and sits next to him. Ah, Wesley. All right, Sid. Any luck? No. I did spot a few of them yesterday. There's at least 2 more.
Wesley?
Wesley.
Okay.
Where's that name? Why have you found that?
That was one of Rathbelline's revenants. There was a Wesley, I guess. Interesting. Okay.
Wesley's like a half elf. You notice?
Okay. God. Right. Sorry, I interrupted there, chat.
Oh, they're just exchanging frustrations about how difficult the drow are to get. They don't come out in the daytime, they have the upper hand at night.
Okay. Meanwhile, to Celine, I'll say, would it be better for me to take you to your friends, or to bring them here? I could pretend to go and look for them and bring them to this camp where we can get you out.
Well, there's 3 of them. Because that makes 5. And that increases the chances of our success. I think trying to escape just me and you would be not impossible, but dangerous. He says the boat's not coming till the morning.
So we have all night.
I think so. But by morning, I might be getting shipped up to Traitor's Peak or wherever that is.
What are you and your friends doing around here?
How much do you know about Cythia?
Not much.
Well, Cythia is one of the only places in this world where drow get to taste fresh air. We don't bother the overland elves, the tabaxi. There's room here for everyone to coexist. The humans came. forcing people underground, making things more dangerous. My friends and I took it upon ourselves to try to do something about it. Push the humans back. See how they like it. We may have extended our reach and found ourselves a long way from home. But each and every single dead sentinel is a small victory for us.
If you tell me where they are, I could go and find them. Get them to meet us back, maybe just on the edge of this village.
If you go back up the road, about 3/4 of a mile, you'll see a stone by the roadside, like 3 feet wide, 2 feet tall. It's got a crescent moon carved into the side. If you touch that stone at midnight, you should be able to talk to us. It's like a remote sending stone. But it's got to be at midnight when you're running out of time.
Okay. Give me a fake instruction on this piece of paper, and I'll pretend to go and follow it, but I'll go and find that stone.
She's going to make a deception check now. It's pretty good. She writes some directions that are completely false
Mm-hmm.
and shoves them across, and then looks defeated.
I'll snatch them up and turn to Sid and say, got it.
You've got the drow location.
Maybe.
Well done.
We'll see, won't we? I suppose, whether she's trustworthy or not. But I fought hard to get it out of her.
Well, if you bring her in, like I told you, we'll split the finder's fee.
I'll go. Where shall I meet you?
I am not moving from this spot. And he's literally taken one of his boots off, and you can see like really severe case of gout.
Ugh.
Wesley kind of looks a bit perturbed.
Okay.
You sure you don't want a hand?
Oh, I'm sure. No.
3 ways of 5k is still quite a lot of money.
Yeah, okay. I'll go.
You've not even got any weapons.
Don't need. Unless we've got something to spare.
Oh.
Could always make do with a spear.
Spear.
That's all I need.
Points over there. Just take one on your way out. There's a whole rack of them by the door.
We'll take a spear. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're heading out the tent.
Uh-huh.
You're heading out of Shorehaven and up the road.
Up the road. This is the same road that I've... 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah. Just make a survival check.
Yep.
See how easy it is to find.
16.
Yeah. You get there early.
Mm-hmm.
About an hour early.
Mm-hmm.
It's a full moon. And there's this kind of like peaceful serenity. Not much activity on the road. There's a kind of like faint smell of burning still coming from Shorehaven. You see a couple of boats coming in, being rowed in.
Yeah.
You might see one contingent of sentinels walk past in that time. It's not a heavily guarded place.
I would hide from them, they'd be visible.
Which you can do. Okay, then the hour comes. You see this big bit of slate rock, and the crescent isn't quite carved but drawn on in like chalk. What do you do?
Touch it when you think that it's midnight.
Touch it. Make an Arcana check.
Whoa. 4.
Is this fucking real? Like, hello? What do you do?
I'll touch it. I'll listen for a second. And say, I'm a friend of Celine's and I'm here to help. And then that's it. I'm looking for Dartharis.
Some time goes by. Do you take your hand away or not?
No.
You just hear like a hum of a melody.
Like coming through the stone or somewhere?
Coming through the stone, definitely.
Ooh. Okay.
What do you do?
It's a nice tune. I need your help urgently if we're going to free her. Do you want me to sing back? I'm no good.
Nothing.
I'll try and hum the same tune back.
Make a performance check.
A natural 1. So a 2 altogether. Just trying to get comfy.
You hear a snicker.
I told you I was crap.
You stand before the stone now, and at this precise hour, the moonlight shines directly onto the stone, but it's obscured by your shadow.
Move out of the way of the moonlight.
As you do that, the image scroll onto the side begins to glow. And that same glow seems to like ripple and shimmer out into the forest around you. And you almost see like different columns of light start to dance. Familiar tune. A little like firefly begins to like dance to the tune in front of your eyes.
Oh, I'll watch it.
Just wants to go into the forest.
I'll let go of the stone and kind of watch it to make sure that nothing happens, but then follow the firefly.
Follow the firefly. Make a survival check.
20, dirty 20.
With a 20, you follow, and you pan from left to right. If you were going to set a trap, it would be like this. You see shadows moving to the left and the right. They close in on you as the firefly dances into a small clearing where you see a almost completely naked female drow with her hair cast over her modesty, playing a resplendent silver lute in a column of moonlight. That same tune. She like smiles and it's quite jaunty. And the firefly kind of like dances towards it.
I'll not follow the firefly directly, I'll be on the edge of the clearing and say, Dartharus, I assume?
She shakes her head to the negative and beckons you closer.
Can I make like an insight check?
Mm-hmm.
Say, this feels like a trap. 13.
13. I mean, it's definitely a drow. You don't know much about drow culture. Your mum didn't speak much of Scythia. But ultimately she seems far too relaxed and at ease if she is one of the drow that Celine mentioned. She seems to be enjoying herself.
Then I'll stay put. No, I can talk from here. What's your name?
She like plucks a chord, ding, and then slides it, and then the like resonance dispels an illusion, and she ceases to look partially naked and is in like light leather armour with a row of silver daggers across her chest, fingerless gloves, hair now looks tied back. The lute's still there. Well, you're not much fun, are you?
No.
Son, you can come out now. She's looking for Dartharus, apparently. And you hear behind you, well, that would be me. And there's a knife to your throat. Around your waist. Who are you? And how do you know about our stone?
I heard it from Celine.
Where is she?
She's in Shorehaven. Captured.
Solon, she's in Shorehaven. We go tonight. Thank you for that information. Now, why should I let you live?
Because I've helped you. Because maybe you know my mother.
Your mother? Who is?
Viconia Duskrin.
Your mother's Viconia Duskrin?
Yes. From Scythia. I assume that she was taken as a slave many years ago. I don't know for sure though. She now resides in the city of Brass with my father.
You do have those features. Let me look at you. Turn you around. After your throat.
So who's this I'm talking to now? This is Dartharus.
Dartharus,
right.
Yeah. Your mother and I used to work together.
Doing what?
What do you think? And you look and she is dressed up in like equally specialist adventuring gear. You don't get to become a Dreadfang.
Who?
A Dreadfang.
Tell me.
We're Ceru Special Ops. If your mother was taken into a slave, I can assure you it was a cover. Dreadfangs do not go willingly.
I don't know for sure, but I believe that she used to be in the harem for the Grand Sultan in the city of Brown.
Standard honey trap. Well, Miss Duskgrin, how do you come to be here? And how did you find out about Celine?
I was in a camp, the camp at Shorehaven, and I overheard a smug bounty hunter bragging about his latest capture, Celine. She was sitting next to him. She's got a mask over her face so she can't cast spells. And I spoke to her without him knowing. And she told me where to find you, and that if I brought you and you came with me, we could fight him and whoever else together as a group.
Celine's far too special to get thrust into captivity. If it was Pellinelli or Son, we might leave them around. But Celine's special.
She just seems special. And if we wait any longer, she'll be on a boat up to Traitor's Peak in the morning. Really, they want all of you on that boat. I've said I'm coming here to catch you.
Son steps forward. That will absolutely not be happening.
Well, I know. I'm not here to help with that. I'm here to help you release Celine.
Make a persuasion check. Straight roll.
Yeah. Now let's roll with this one.
What do you think, Pel? Son says.
She was the one that was in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're going to get your daughter back, then there's no time like the present.
Oh, shit.
Everything she say checks out, Darth. Well, I'd certainly like to meet her mother. And if that's going to happen, then might as well believe her.
You want to meet my mother?
Oh, if your mother is still a Dreadfang, then it's our duty to keep in touch.
She is. She's been hiding it very well.
That's what we do.
Mm.
Now then, what else can you tell us about this camp?
There are a lot of prisoners coming in on boats, being ready to take up to Traitor's Peak. What is that? It's not your hands.
Thanks, Amazon.
Woohoo.
Sorry, we were saying, what do you know about this camp?
Prisoners, Traitor's Peak, large tents. I've been in one, and it's basically a tavern, town square area.
Lots of people.
Lots of people.
So we have to get in and out. It's an extrication mission. Exfiltration mission. You're known to her captor.
Mm-hmm.
Then we need you as a diversion.
Okay.
You don't look to be carrying any weapons, apart from that raggedy old spear.
I don't really need much. But
Yeah.
I've been
sorceress? Or?
I've been held captive myself for 3 months, I think. I don't know. They took everything I had, but it wasn't much. I only really need my fists.
Where did you escape from?
The prison near Crystal Spear. I escaped and then they caught me and they transported me here. But I escaped from there too.
Sounds like you might have been heading in the same direction. You do have some of your mother's features. I wouldn't be surprised if you were confused for one of us, if it wasn't for that unique hair. Anyway, there'll be time to discuss past and futures when we've dealt with the present. What's your plan? What kind of diversion can you provide? Son and I can get in unseen. Pell's usually our diversion, as you've seen. But that kind of strategy won't work in the middle of a busy town square.
Well, I can start a fire. No.
Good. Are there any flammable objects? Any gunpowder, alchemist fire?
I don't know. But the whole tent must be held up by something made of wood, right?
Right you are.
If I started a fire, got the whole tent out, if there was a way to get Celine. I don't know how to take that mask off though. I assume that Sid is the one that has the key to that. Unless you have any other means of removing it.
Getting that mask off would be a boon. Celine has considerable power herself.
If I got in, he's been drinking. If I got in and maybe stole the key from him before I set the tent alight.
Won't be easy to do if you're the only one there. Pell says, we're not going to go in as drow, are we?
Can you change how you look?
Just ask someone who changed how she looked in front of
Oh
me.
yeah.
I could change all of us. I mean, it's useful if you stay how you are, but we could be anyone. We could be your prisoners. We could be fellow mercenaries. We could be those blue and white fellows in chain armour. What do you recommend?
I would say if you came in with me as Cerulean sentinels, they're trusted in that tent, the tent's full of them, and say that we found you and we've got you captured. Well, if you maybe we all talk to him while I steal the key, and then to create a larger diversion, then I set a fire.
Okay. It sounds like a good plan. I haven't seen too many of these sentinels. The blue and white fellows. I'm going to have to make a deception check to get. Okay, it's fine.
Okay.
She takes the loot off her back. What about something like this? And she presses 3 notes down and cling, some all at the same time, and that the resonance seems to shift through the air, and as it hits Dartharus, Sorn, and a crossbow Nelly, they all transform into pretty passable sentinels.
It's impressive.
Yes, not sure we sound so accurate. How do they talk?
I'm not from here either, but sort of commoners.
Okay. Kill all the tabaxi. Ha ha ha, yes.
It's pretty accurate.
We hate elves.
True, also, I've heard that too. You probably also don't have to say a lot. If I show up, if you show up looking like that and saying things like that.
Well, we don't have long, so let's get a move on, shall we?
Yeah.
Come on. Someone's like, oh, not sure about this, but as long as we get my daughter back. And yeah, you set off down the road. Darthrus notices your laboured march. Are you okay, dear?
I'm fine.
Well, speed up. And she nudges a crossbow into your back. We don't have a lot of time. What is your name?
Vida.
I'm Darthrus Adaravan.
That's my name. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. To be honest, there's been precious few friendly faces on the surface since the settlement wars began.
I think that's the first time ever anyone's described me as a friendly face.
People assume dark skin means a dark heart.
Mm.
We know that's not true, don't we, dear?
Mm.
Okay. You march between the two upright spears and bunting that regards the entrance of Shorehaven.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few sentinel guards kind of marching around, a few drunks stumbling around. You make your way back to the same tent.
Yep.
It's darker and colder now. It's 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
It's like mist is starting to bubble up from the muddy shore and just kind of coat the walkways. And condensation is making all of the overhangs and canopies like damp, sag, and people huddle together much more tightly inside the tent.
Okay.
You observe the same 3 tables, but they've kind of all expanded.
Mm-hmm.
More people have come back. Some people have chosen to huddle up by a fireplace, a makeshift fireplace, a fire pit that's been started like in the middle of the 3 tables, and the bar is at the far left side. The far right side, some cart horses and mules have been brought inside the tent with lots of equipment, trade goods, supplies. It's a uncomfortable night as the relatively limited space in Shorehaven hasn't caught up to the expansive interest and business kind of moving through this area. It's in need of some dire investment. You see each of these drow as Cerulean sentinels kind of awkwardly try and take up a position, nodding to their supposed compatriots. And you see Sid now holding court in like a circle of other mercenaries, and he's still holding Celine by the chain, and he seems to be retelling his story of how he captured her.
Okay.
The 3 drow kind of stop, and you're probably about 30 feet away. Pillanelli leans into you and grabs you by the shoulder. Is that him? These disguises are not going to be much good.
You don't think?
See that thing in his eye? Okay, I noticed it. That diversion's going to have to come more quickly before we know
Okay.
We'll be back up. Stick to the shadows. And each of them depart in separate directions.
He's holding court. I want to get behind him without him seeing me. So if it's dark behind him, I would probably shadow step to the darkness and turn invisible.
You could shadow step outside the circle, but he is the circle is mainly like 3/4 of the way around and being illuminated by the fire pit. So you could get on the edge of the circle.
Okay. Yeah.
But behind someone in a shadow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll do that to get a bit close. I don't really want anyone to see me, like including
You
Ceru.
can make a stealth check. It would be a straight roll because it would usually give you advantage. It's not so much about being seen; it's about people realising you're there, I guess.
A 14.
Yeah, it's enough. Roll a 12.
As he's talking, I want to see if I can spot anything that would look like keys or like an open pocket that I can get into.
Make a perception check, straight roll.
Okay. 20, dirty 20.
Yeah. He has a ring of keys attached to his belt. There's about 5 or 6 different keys, including 2 very small ones.
Okay. Attached to his belt? Attached how?
Like on a steel ring loop on a chain. The chain is run through a belt loop.
Okay. But the smaller keys, they're just on like a...
Yeah, like a key ring.
I'd like to cast Mage Hand to try and get those keys off. And I think I can cast it without verbal or somatic components, and the hand's invisible.
Okay. So, what you'd be able to do, I think, with Mage Hand, because it can't do too much, you could unclip the belt buckle and the keys will drop to the floor, and then you could pick them up.
Okay.
So, it'd be like 2 checks.
2 checks? Okay. On my part or his?
No, whether he notices and whether you get the keys.
Okay. At the same time as the keys drop, I would cast Minor Illusion to have like the sound of like a glass breaking behind the bar.
Oh, okay. So, you send a Mage Hand towards the belt buckle. I want you to make a sleight of hand check. Straight roll.
Alright. 24.
He says, and then I had 3 drow at my throat, and I drew my sword and I said, I'm not going down today. And as he swipes his hand, clink.
In the background.
People are like, way! Everybody kind of gestures in the opposite direction. The keys are now on the floor. What are you doing? Try and pick them up with Mage Hand?
Yeah.
Yeah? I think I'm going to make a check.
Okay.
Because you did the distraction, so.
Nice.
The keys come towards you. Just see. Yeah, the person next to you rolled a 3. They didn't notice either.
Okay.
So you have the key.
I have the key.
Or you have a lot of keys.
Yeah. I am going to like get back across to the entrance of the tent. And like yeah. And then I'd like to set the tent on fire, like the like not the actual like wooden frame of the entrance, but like the next like column along.
Okay. So yeah,
Just
there's
at the
like
bottom.
wooden joists,
Yeah.
probably about 8 all the way around the
Uh-huh.
tent. And you want to set one near the entrance on fire with what? How?
Using produce flame, so just with my hands.
Okay. You wander around the entrance, and a Cerulean sentinel guard watches you the whole way. Comes up to you as you stand by this joist. That was skillfully done. That's the one that's dressed, that's the other Solon is dressed then. You don't suppose just starting the fire while everyone's watching? Is there anything I can do to help?
What I want is for him to rush out of the tent with her and us to grab her.
I would need an explosion.
You have the means?
Well, that fire pit in the middle is ideally placed.
You have any gunpowder?
I'm sure there could be some somewhere. And you see, Darth, can you see about that? And he kind of nods to you and then gestures towards all of the donkeys and the supplies at the back. She's like, I'm going to need a few minutes.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we better keep on playing the role. Another Cerulean sentinel comes by. Evening.
Over.
Say, haven't seen either of you two before.
Oh, I was here earlier.
Okay. And you, Private, where are you stationed? You feel a tension as Son pauses.
Oh, he's one of the new ones, one of the upstarts. Where are you from? Is it Sherport?
Make a deception check.
At disadvantage?
No, because Son's taking the help action.
22.
Ah, Sherport. I'm from Closcar, just down the road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot quieter on that road than it used to be.
Yeah, that toll bridge, eh? He'll get you.
Well, it's not a toll bridge that we're worried about. Obviously, we can pass through normally. It's all the tabaxis that used to hang around by the roadside.
Oh, sure.
How many did you kill in the settlement was?
Tabaxi?
Yeah.
Oh no, I've not been fighting, I've been unwell.
Been unwell?
Couldn't fight. See this gammy leg? Was no good. You wouldn't have wanted me.
I killed 12. Someone says next to you. 12?
How about you?
Pretty good. Oh, I didn't kill any of the savages. I thought about it though.
Yeah.
I built a trap in the woods, and I, to be honest, I haven't been back to see if it's been sprung, but I'm sure one of them will have fallen into it. This tabaxi is stupid.
Very noble work, soldier.
Well, I spend my time at the toll bridge collecting money. I'm not really, just wear the uniform. But you guys look like real soldiers. Oh, well, you do, and I don't know. You just look strange, so I thought I'd come over and speak to you.
Well, Sid knows me. I was just waiting to talk to him.
Oh, Sid. I bet he's killed loads of tabaxi.
A true hero.
Really? You should get him to wear the uniform. Yes, he should wear the uniform. Anyway, gotta get back up the road. Good night.
Right, happy tolling.
Shimmerport, yes, well done, Ned. Still to keep track of all these fledgling hives these humans have built. you been to any others?
No. Alright. I didn't make it to Coruscant, did I? Or I just passed through it.
Coruscant's the toll bridge, basically.
Okay. No.
So barbaric. Fighting all these wars above ground. And I've seen very little human architecture to inspire me. What is their culture anyway? Take, thieve, destroy. Those are not ideals. Do you know? And you kind of cast the gaze across this like busy late night collection. I think the world would be better off if we try to take as many of them as we can.
Tonight?
Won't get another opportunity like this. What do you say?
Okay.
Good. You hear a message in your head. Found some. I've got 4 kegs of alchemist fire strapped to the back of a poor donkey.
Oh.
What's the plan, Vida?
I should dump them on that fire pit and watch the whole thing go boom.
Well, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near it when that happens.
But what about Celine?
Exactly. She was in close proximity. 4 kegs of alchemist fire. Take out everybody in this tent in an instant.
There lies the problem with this explosion plan.
Yes, yes.
So, and what was your idea with the explosion?
Spread them out. Torch them in sequence, one after another.
Mm-hmm.
Part diversion, part explosion.
One each?
One each. Okay. Darth, we're coming.
Where's Pellinelli? She's been like dancing somewhere.
Pellinelli is chatting to the most attractive guard at the bar.
Pellinelli!
You see, like, she like follows you across the room, like behind the guy's head that she's talking to. She like puts her hand on the shoulder. Where are you going? Mentally to you.
Yeah. Say goodbye to him.
Oh, I was just starting to like this one. Yeah, and you convene in the shadows at the back around this donkey here, where Darth has unloaded 4 kegs of alchemist fire. Mechanically, each keg of alchemist fire is 66 fire damage.
Whoa. Okay.
And most commoners have got like 4 hit points, and most guards might have 18 to 20 at the most.
Shit.
At the most.
Right. So this is going to cause a lot of damage.
Yep.
So we place them around the tent to take out as many of these guards as possible, but far enough away from Celine that she and Sid will run and we'll catch her.
Yes. So I was like, how do we not make it obvious? How do we disguise that we're taking 4 barrels around and just placing them around? Kegs.
Like kegs of beer.
Yeah, they all seem to like beer quite a lot.
Pretend that they're beer.
Sure.
I can help by making everyone a bit more easily hidden.
Okay, sure.
I'll cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone.
And in that shadowy environment with these drow, who are very good at hiding in the shadows anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, they all, each of them pick up a barrel and fade into. So all you've got to say now they know what to do. Where are you taking your barrel? There's 3 big tables. You've got the traders table, you've got the Cerulean Sentinels table, and you've got the mercenary table, and you've got the bar.
I wanna put mine by them. I kind of want it to be somewhere where when I go it explodes. It's not gonna affect me.
Are you immune?
No, I'm just resistant.
Mm-hmm.
Where I can place it, set it alight, and get a bit of distance, and catch them on their way out. Basically, I want to make sure that she's safe. So I want to be the one that gets her.
Okay.
So by the bar, if they would be running in theory past the bar to get to an exit.
Yeah, there's the bar is on the left of the exit, and the traders table is on the right of the exit.
Oh right, okay. So maybe want to set it somewhere in the middle between the bar.
Well, that would be like in the main thoroughfare.
Right.
Between the bar and the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Oh.
Oh, you're stuck on your jumper.
Oh no! Poor thing. Oh.
Right. So, take your barrel.
Yep.
Be cold again. Is it cold? Shall I put the heating back on?
It was the radiator's on, not there.
Yeah. It was. I only turned it off a little while ago, so still be warm. Right. So, we've passed without a trace. Each of your companions managed to assume a separate area in the tent. Still going to be a lot of collateral damage if they all go off.
Yeah.
You I'm not even going to make a check. In fact, yeah, make a stealth check, but it would be at advantage normally, so add 10 to a normal stealth roll.
26.
Amidst the storytelling and the drinking and the merriment and the anticipation of the day ahead, it's no trouble at all. You've got a whole a whole keg of alchemist fire. You just stood in the doorway. No one's even paying attention. What are you doing with it?
Can I see the others?
Yeah, you know where to look. You know where they expect to be. Yeah.
And do they all look ready?
Pell in your head. It's on your mark.
I'm ready. And I'll light it and telepathically say to all three of them, even if it's just one by one, now. And then I'll get to the doorway as fast as I can.
Yeah, the doorway is about 20 feet away from the barrel, so it's probably still within range.
Okay.
You produce flame on the wick and 20 feet away now.
I guess through... Oh, so the doorway's within range. That's not what I wanted, but okay.
You can step just a bit out of the door, 10 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Right then. I want you to roll this. Did I say 86 or 66?
66.
Yeah, roll me 66.
Let's do it. 12 plus 23.
The 23, 2 successes and 1 fail. A third of the tent is completely immolated in the first explosion. And the second one happens. You see holes blown through the roof of the tent as the structure starts to sway. Fire breaks out, you hear screams, people running past you. 2 successes means a couple of people have they run past you and like literally dive out of the way as alcohol goes up. Kind of ordnance and kind of flaming materials to start taking up the whole tent. It's pure chaos. What do you do?
I'll watch very carefully for Celine and Sid, presumably with her, coming past me, or where they might be, like looking into the tent, trying to figure out where they are.
Okay. As you go into the tent, there's still people running past you, but the vast majority of people in here are now injured or dead.
Mhm.
You see where Sid and Celine were. Sid has shielded Celine from the blast, and then as one of the beams kind of comes down in the background on fire, and some of the bunting kind of flies past amidst the chaos, he draws a dagger and puts it to her throat. I can see you. It's auto success on all illusion magic, including pass without a trace.
Oh my god, including pass without a trace?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
If you're going to take her, then you're going to take her from my cold, dead hands. And he's like got the back of Celine's head in his fist.
Oh.
And a knife to her throat.
Okay.
What do you do?
How far away are they from me?
60 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna run in. I can make it most of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, because my walking speed is 55.
You can edge closer.
What?
You can edge closer. We're not in initiative,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're using your...
Oh, that's true. I think I would probably stride towards him and throw my spear at him. Oh no, I wouldn't. No, I don't want to do that.
You see Sorn, Pell, and Dartharis all at... You've kind of surrounded him. You're not sort of, but there's like burning tent and stuff around you, but you're all at different points. None of them are making a move towards Sid, just in case.
None of them are doing anything.
No, they're all kind of poised. They're following your lead still.
Okay. So all of my illusion shit is just not useful. I want to attack him, but I don't want to hurt her.
Then you're going to have to roll high on initiative and be fast.
Yeah?
You going to go for him?
Yeah.
Alright, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Do you want to roll initiative for your buddies? Just tell me what the d20 rolls are. I've done Celine.
Alright. Sorn, it's got an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Pelinelli got a natural 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Darver's got 3. Not good.
Not Dartharis, Dartharis, sorry. Dartharis. Okay. So, he's holding Celine by the throat. She's still caged. Her mouth is still caged in this like collar type thing. Just like metal thing over her mouth and nose. Knife to her throat. But yeah, you get to act first.
Then I am going to throw a spear at him.
Mm-hmm.
For 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And 8 piercing damage, I guess.
Okay. He looks injured
Mm-hmm.
with the explosions that you shielded Celine from.
Mm-hmm.
And you throw a spear straight and true into his shoulder. He doesn't release Celine. Anything else you can do?
I want to use my... As a bonus action, I want to try and shove him away from her telekinetically. Oh, I get 2 actions, 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm. You chucked your spear.
Yeah.
What else are you doing?
Can I get up to him and hit him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's better. 26.
That hits.
For another 9 bludgeoning. And then, yeah, I want to telekinetically shove him off her.
Yeah, okay, so he's like holding, he was holding her with the knife, so he's not holding the chain that she was attached to earlier. But yeah, you can shove to break the grapple, so does he have to make a save?
Yeah, a strength save.
Of?
17.
Rolled a natural 2.
So he is moved 5 feet away from me.
Okay.
And her.
Yeah, so he's pushed her, not very far away, but he pushed off.
Yeah, pushed off her.
Okay.
And I assume I can't like grab her, so that would be an action.
That'd be a grapple action, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have and use your bonus action to telekinetic shove?
That was a bonus action, yeah. So that's it, I think.
Mm-hmm. And your turn, yeah. It's Celine's turn next. She's going to use a free action. Where are the keys?
Can I reply?
Briefly, yeah.
In my pocket.
She uses her action to reach in, grab the keys, and she's going to spend the rest of her turn trying to unlock them.
Nice.
Okay, now it's Sorn's go. Sorn is going to fire his crossbow. I only get 1 because he has to reload it. It's a heavy crossbow, but it still hits.
I know we can't, but I feel like we should have music.
Yeah.
But you can't do it, right?
12 damage. So Sid stumbles back, you just hear it, and he goes, you see like a bullet sticking through his stomach.
Cool.
Yeah, he looks bad. It's now Dartharus's go. Dartharus is going to Misty Step in between Celine and him, but then she's going to miss on her attack, so she's just interposing herself. It's now Sid's go. Sid is going to hit Dartharus with a short sword, and he gets another attack, which will also hit.
Nice.
So he stabs a short sword straight through, and then grabs Dartharus and just stabs her again. Yeah. She doesn't look good either. Yeah, it doesn't grapple her. It's now Pel's go.
Pel's a bard.
Yeah, Pel is going to cast Command, and he's got to make a charisma save, I think it is, which is going to pass. Never mind. It's your turn.
Oh my god, that came up quick.
Yep.
So she's unlocking herself.
She's trying to, yeah.
Can I use my action to assist her?
Sure can. You can make a dexterity. Have you got proficiency in thieves' tools or not?
No.
Because it's like an intricate locking mechanism. It's not just straightforward. Just make a dexterity check.
Alright.
Using your action.
Oh wait, and that needs to be at disadvantage, doesn't it?
Oh no, straight roll because she's doing it as well. So help action.
Oh, then that's. Oh wait, no, I rolled 2. I'll do it one more time. Okay. A 12.
maybe it'll try and hurt him.
Mhm.
Anything else you're doing?
Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to I think like patient defense, take the dodge action, bonus action. That's what I want to do. I want to stay with her.
Okay. She's going to now try and unlock the thing. And she's going to fail as well. This bloody thing.
Did she roll with advantage?
No, she didn't actually. She's still going to fail.
Okay.
Sorn is going to run up to Sid and hit him twice with a dagger. Yeah, Sorn's destroying this guy. As he's running through Darvith, Sorn jumps to her aid and stabs him twice in the back with a dagger. At that point, Sid drops to his knees. Dartharis is going to respond with a miss and a hit. So Dartharis and Sorn are taking this guy out. He's got very few hit points left as they swarm him. But it's his go. He pulls out a device and he clicks the top of it. I would like you and everybody else will have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Literally everyone failed.
I got 21.
You passed. Just this like sound wave of like deafening proportions. Kind of erupts from Sid's hand. Sid doesn't make the save because he's like wearing like earplugs. But yeah, everybody other than you is deafened.
Cool.
And it's Pel's go. Pel can't do what she wants to do, so it's your go again. So you see, like Sid and Darth like step back, like plug in their like sensitive elven ears.
Sorn and Darth, not Sid. Sid, I'm gonna have a go at him. I'm not sure that she's gonna be able to do that much. Celine, if she's deafened, so I'm gonna try and just beat up Sid a bit more.
He looks bad.
So I'm gonna kick him in the face. I have 22 to hit.
Yeah.
For 10 damage.
Yeah. Sure.
First one.
He's got not very much hit points left.
And then I want to kick him like down on the ground. 20 to hit.
Yeah.
For 7.
7 would be enough. What do you want to do? Knock him unconscious, kill him? What do you want to do?
For now, just knock him unconscious.
So you kick him down to the ground, just like soccer kick him in the face, knocking him out.
Just like on his on his chest. And then
I'm going to say you, as you kick him on the chest, his golden eye pops out.
Is it a whole eye? Cool. And then there's no one else that's fighting us, is there? Is everyone else left the tent?
There are people like running, there are people collecting themselves, there are bits of people, there's loads of stuff on fire. It's chaotic.
Okay.
You might have a round or two left.
Right. I don't think I will that was definitely my action.
Mm-hmm.
And my bonus action, I'll just leave it for now, I think.
Okay.
And see what everybody else does.
Celine unlocks the thing. She's still disorientated because she's deafened,
Mm-hmm.
but she's free. The rest of them kind of come to their senses, and they're like, "We need to go." Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Does your pass without a trace still up?
That's an hour.
Yeah.
It's not
you haven't-
concentration, I don't think.
No, it's not. So yeah, you guys can slink off into the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
The deafness wears off for all but Pelinelli,
Mm-hmm.
who's still kind of struggling with it as you emerge from Shorehaven
Mm-hmm.
back onto the road,
Mm-hmm.
panting, a bit on fire, a few stab wounds here and there.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them kind of look to you for guidance.
Back to where you were, through the rock?
Yeah.
Or do you need to get further away?
Well, we definitely need to get further away, but at least we can collect ourselves back in the forest. It won't be long until Shorehaven's swarming with a few more guards. Let's go. Okay, and you make your way back into the forest. By which time Pel's hearing would be starting to return.
Okay.
You all take a rest in this glade. It's about half an hour away.
Okay.
Celine looks worse for wear, especially after wearing this collar. But as everybody else is like just collecting themselves for a minute, I should have come up to you. You didn't need to do that, you know.
What do you mean?
It was risky and much more explosive than I thought.
Yeah, Soren's he's really keen, isn't he?
He's always been a bit reckless. My dad, a bit short-sighted.
Of course. I'm sorry that happened. I'm glad we've got you.
Me too, and my dad wouldn't say it straight away, but he usually doesn't work with anybody else except Drow. But I know he'd make the exception tonight. You kind of look Drow.
That's what they said. Can't really see it. But I'll take it. I'll take the compliment. I think he knew my mum.
Me?
No, I think he did. Your
Oh.
dad.
Wow. My dad knew a lot of people in his old life. Some people he got far too friendly with without asking enough questions.
Go on.
And she kind of like rubs her neck.
You can say.
Make a persuasion check.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Still
No,
close.
straight roll.
Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yay! For a 21. Give me your secrets.
She kind of looks towards Sorn. Sorn kind of shrugs, and everybody else kind of reconvenes. There's like bandaging up a few wounds. You say your mother was a drow.
Is?
Mine isn't.
Who is she?
someone a lot more powerful. She abandoned my family and I. And the four of us, we've been struggling not to get captured by her allies ever since the beginning of this godforsaken war. The enemy of the enemy is not always your friend. I didn't believe it at first when someone told me who she was, who she is. But when I started to manifest these unusual powers, it became obvious. She picks like a foxglove out that was glistening in the moonlight. Sometimes being born with power thrusts responsibility onto you. But what if the power you have given has only ever been used for evil? I'm not evil. No matter what Sid or any of his other compatriots might think. And she turns towards the foxglove and out of her breath, this poisonous spray comes and wilts the foxglove. My powers might mean that I live much longer than even a regular drow, but I'm burdened with this power in how to use it. I curse my mother for giving it to me. I curse my father. For ever having met my mother. What if the power your parents gave you, you knew you ultimately had to use to destroy them? Would you do it?
How can you know that?
Because my mother is pure evil.
Who is she?
And at this point, Sorn sidles over, seeing the display of power. Puts his hand on Celine's shoulder and sits her down. Now then, Celine, you've got a lot to learn about who to speak to about these things. Don't make the same mistakes I did. And she's like, we can trust her. And we need all the help we can get. Even if you told her the truth, I don't think she'd help us.
And why is that?
How many people do you know willing to face down a dragon?
Not that many. But I've met a few quite recently.
Celine leans in. Dragons can take many forms, you know, just like Pell can. They don't always appear as scaly black tyrants. They could be anywhere. It could be anyone.
Her mother.
Someone says, her mother exploited me and my relationship to Dartharis to make sure that she had our trust. Siphoning wealth out of Sithir under the premise of buying defences that never came. She said she was the courtesan of a dragon. Able to wield power and influence as a messenger, a go-between. Little did I know I'd invited the very dragon she spoke of into our home, into my bed. I will spend the rest of my days regretting that. When she bore my child, I hesitated. I didn't have the heart to kill it. But now we agree, Celine and I. Zendef, the Black Birch, must be destroyed. We don't expect you to help us. But she is a lizard of the most treacherous kind. We'll stop at nothing until we've returned her hoard to Sithir. Put her head on a spike. What say you, Vida?
Oh, I'm in. I've met her.
How did you meet?
I mentioned I was ill for a few months. There was an explosion and she was there. She was summoned to help me, but I don't think we had the same motivations. Maybe.
Sounds like a familiar story.
I thought maybe we were working for the same people, that she might help and carry me away.
She's a deceiver. When did you last see her?
3 months ago. The same night that the crystal spear went up.
I know she had something to do with that. Well, we need to track down her lair. You seem very capable.
No, I am. I don't have anyone else on this plane. And I've no reason to go home anytime soon. If we can take a swipe at Krennic's eject while we're on our way, I'd appreciate it, but I'm happy to help you in your fight against Sender.
Celine pipes up. I owe you my life. Dartharis comes over. Pell and I agree. We've never seen a warrior like you before. Not from the surface. I'd like to propose that you join our order. Although you won't mind me saying that aesthetically it doesn't really seem to fit. Pell is like, I was going to say that.
Last night I slept in a boat with a corpse. I'm not looking my best.
No, it's the fire, you see. We were just merely called ourselves the Order of the Shadow, but you had something different.
Do you?
Any suggestions?
Yeah, can I just check something on my phone?
Yeah.
Just to see what order she was from.
They were established as this new order in our actual game.
No, I was just like, I knew that she was the sister of some sort of flame, and I was like, if she was a shining flame, that would have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a purifying flame. Well, who doesn't like a bit of alliteration? Shining shadow. Did I say it right? The Order of the Shining Shadow.
There's point. Celine, Sorn, Dartharus, and Pearl stand with you in a circle. And Celine conjures an image of a black dragon and asks for your, like, silently asks for your input.
For this image that she's...
What might you cast? To kind of confirm your intentions with Zendeth.
Like a minor illusion, like flame underneath it.
Yeah. They have the logo for the Order of the
Yes.
Shining Shadow. It's a black dragon being consumed by fire.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm not going to do like hands in on 3. But
It
yeah.
all ends in like a freeze frame.
But yeah, you rescue the drow.
Uh-huh.
Find out about Celine and her heritage,
Uh-huh.
and you are united together in a common purpose,
Yeah.
establishing the Order of the Shining Shadow. Yeah. And an irrevocable bond.
Cool. Done?
I mean, I could play for the whole weekend, to be honest, but yeah, I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Once I was happy that I knew what I was doing.
Let's give you a clear objective.
Yeah.
We'll end the stream now. Thank you for joining us.
Bye. If anybody was watching at the end.
Don't think so.
Don't think so either. Oh. That was great. Thanks for